This is going to be how we use our alignment sticks to build a new swing, like if you want to hit a cut or a draw. So here's the secret. So as you can see, I have the alignment sticks out now. My goal here is to swing down the alignment sticks. So I'm going to try to fly straight, and I'm going to force the ball flight left and right just by adjusting my grip. I'm going to stand, press, adjust the grip open, hit the ball, stand, press, adjust the grip close, hit the ball, and the ball should leave this crappy lie, because it's on sticks, smoothly every time. Draw first. Now for me to get down through this, I really have to hit through the ball. There. That's the good draw ball. So that's going to draw to those flags. So we'll do it again. One more draw. We'll stand, press, close. Now I'm addressed and I can see that I'm closed. So I'm going to swing down the lines with it closed.
You gotta know where you're going, right?
That creates a draw. Now once I've done that, my goal is to come through the ball and leave the club face slightly open. But I'm still coming down the sticks, striking at the ball, and following through. I'm still using press, but I'm leaving the club partially open so that it can cut. Now at this point, you're thinking, there's a problem to this drill. I keep going right. Well, so when you use your alignment with a straight path and you close your club to hit to a target, you have to readjust your alignment out to the right if I'm going to draw. And I have to adjust it out to the left if I'm going to cut. If you use a club path to draw and cut, then you can point your feet where you want and it'll come back to your feet. That's the two choices in a cut and a draw, and that's the most difficult part to figure out. For me, for this practice, I always use just the club head. So one more draw, it's going to start out over the blue flag and end up right. I'm sorry. So one more cut, it's going to start over the blue flag and end up right. I could feel everything coming through smooth. Now I'm going to try to hit a straight ball off of this. So this is the most difficult ball. So now my goal is to make sure my club head is perfectly square, my hands are in front, and I adjust in the front. I start it square, and I'm going to try to hit it right down at the blue flag and continue it over the blue flag. A little bit of draw. This is a difficult thing because we're trying to zero out our swing. And this is how I work on my longer irons when I have bad lies.
Got a half swing?
There. That's a good straight ball. So now I'm going to show you one more thing. So this is where we get trickier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the sticks out to the right. So the ball's going to start right, but I'm going to put my club face over the flags. So it should come around. This is changing your club path instead of changing your club face. So my alignment is straight out. My club face is going to be this way. I'm going to square my ball to the alignment stick, but I'm going to swing down the sticks. So that one is ending up exactly where my feet were pointed. One more time. So I am forcing my swing path, so therefore I'm forcing my top a little further out in order to hit that swing path, not inside. I'm always forcing out because I need to make room for these arms to come through. This elbow in is the worst thing you can do, and I'll explain that in the drill. So I'm going to square to the target my face, but swing out the line. So in a game, I pick an acorn. I put my feet towards the target and the ball towards the acorn, and I would swing out the acorn.
All right.
and that's coming back. It's a little further than I wanted to hit it, so it moved left of my target line about 5 yards. So everybody plays the game slightly different. So now I'm going to align my feet again, but I'm going to make my club path come over the top and inside out, or outside in. And not everybody plays it like this. There's two options. If you're comfortable pointing your feet somewhere else and then closing your face, that's a safer shot. But if you're more comfortable aligning and swinging in and out, that's a good shot. You've got to choose based on skill level. This should start left of the target line. I'm going to square my club again to the target line, and I'm going to come outside in with a square club face. It'll start left and it'll turn back right. Now for most people, that's a much more difficult shot. And I kind of was obnoxious with that angle because that's more of a slice, but I wanted to show you. So this is how most people actually play golf, because they come over the top and pull. So now I'm actually doing it on purpose, which sounds like a bad idea, but it allows me to understand my space.
Oh, is that right? Oh, is that right?
Little cut.
That
That was a better shot. About 5 yards of cut.
would you give?
Uphill, downhill lie. So what's happening here is, if you look at my alignment, if you look at this stick, when I'm closed, the face is pointed that way. When I'm open, it's pointed that way. If I come straight down the line, but what if I go toe up? It goes left. So a lot of people that hit a draw, they actually swing with the toe up on their club. That's why the ball draws. It's not necessarily the swing path. It can also be the face, but that's a really complicated one. So here, we're going to look at our alignment. So right now, I'm square, hands pressed, ball flies forward. Here, I'm pressed a little more even, but my grip is open and I'm going outside. So if I come down this line, the ball is actually going to go out. But if I lower this, that's why it goes left. So what I want to do is work on my swing in such a fashion that I can keep this club face pointed down or at the ball. So this is the last part of our drill. If I play this ball here, that's going to keep the toe up. So I'm going to show you what happens, because the club is going to rest here, which is going to make it go left. So I'm going to try to swing straight, but it should go left. That ball got to the left. If I lead this under the heel, this, now the club is going to deflect this way, and this ball should go right.
That's when you need it to go.
And it cuts. So that's the toe up, toe down on a big swing. Now I'm going to use the sticks as a swing path trainer. I'm going to try to swing right down the sticks. My ball should start out straight, and then the angle of deflection will be solely based on the club face. So if I can square it, it's straight. If I leave it open, it's right. If I close it, it's left.
How far did you hit it? Did you have any effort besides? No. You ever hear a guy by the name of Tommy Sullivan?
Now my driver is my best and worst club. So when I'm hitting it great, I'm way below scratch. When I'm hitting it poorly, I'm left, right, left, right. So I've determined that when I'm hitting it poorly, I choke up all the way to pitching wedge position, and I try to get through it like a pitching wedge. I lose 20 yards, but I hit these nasty 280-yard stingers.
The ball up, this is Tommy, this ball. I'm looking at the yellow flag, so I want to put it right there. I can hold there, but I want to have a positive. Whether it's Tommy, when I met him.
So now I want to mirror this press position and come down this line for a multi-drill move.
That was it. He was a spline singer for me.
At the end of all of my sessions, when I work on whether it's draws or cuts or straight balls or whatever I'm doing, I always finish with wedges because I believe the wedge is the most important and it's the easiest to hit. What I use the draw and cut drills for is so I can find the middle. If I know where a draw is in my swing, I know the swing path, or if I know the club face and I know how to hit a cut, I can find the middle and hit a relatively straight ball. I can also be relatively sure in a round that I can hit a ball that will get around an object or fight the wind or come around with the wind to get some distance to carry something. When you first start this drill, you may come over the top or inside out too far and you'll hit the sides of the sticks, and that's designed to do so. The number one issue most people have in golf is the swing path. If you're too flat in your swing, meaning too low on the takeaway and you're handsy on the takeaway, you typically come inside out and hook. If you've got a very long high swing, you typically come over the top. What I found most useful in my golf swing, and what these drills did most for me, is to help me find the top of my slot. If I attempt to swing too hard, I'll often come up higher and higher, and that will take me over the top. And I will usually cut the ball, and the more I come over the top, the more I'll cut the ball. Once you understand how to either swing straight through and trust the club face to turn the ball, or you understand on softer shots how to come across the ball to make them turn more, you are that much closer to be able to work the ball on demand. So that's the end of this video. I have hundreds of hours more to edit, but as you can imagine, it's difficult. If you made it this far, tell me in the comments which you prefer, whether it's cut or draw, and if you do prefer a cut or a draw and you're able to hit one, do you prefer the club path or the club face technique? If you haven't already, and most people haven't because this is a new channel, if you wouldn't mind clicking the subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and the likes help, but only if you liked it. I have quite a few videos in the works, so you might want to leave the notifications turned off for now. I have hats and t-shirts and towels to give away with the Send logo on it. If anybody's interested in sporting one, leave me a comment in the comment section. Ciao.